guys, welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to talk to you about sciatica pain. So I'm going to show you some stretches you can do for that, and hopefully it will help if you have that issue. So hop on your mat, and today we'll need a strap if you have one, or a dog leash, or a tie, or a belt. If you have a lacrosse ball, we're going to use that for a little myofascial release in the beginning. If you don't have a lacrosse ball, you can use I've seen people use a hand weight. It's just a little bit harder with that. Or if you have a tennis ball or some other kind of hard ball, maybe those little bouncy balls, or a golf ball. And then you need a blanket or a towel, beach towel. All right, so let's get started. We're going to do some yin yoga stretches as well as this myofascial release. So we'll start with that. So it's good to roll out your glutes and your the muscles and fibers around your joints and your hips. So you'll just take that ball underneath your glute, and you can just come up onto hands and your feet and just kind of roll around slowly on that ball. Right, just rolling back and forth. And then you can also come down to your side and feel where your hip joint is, and you're going to be rolling the ball around that joint. So you can come down onto your forearm and keep one foot flat on the ground. That way you can put your weight into that foot in the forearm, and then you can control how much weight is coming down on that ball. So you're just going to roll it around, kind of circling that hip joint and getting into the glutes here. And sometimes sciatica pain can stem from piriformis, this little muscle that's in your glutes. And so by rolling out on the glutes, sometimes it can help that. A lot of times the sciatic pain is from a herniated disc or a bulging disc in your back. So this then in that case wouldn't really help the issue, but it's good to roll out the glutes so that we can roll out that one piriformis possibility of causing the sciatic pain. So if you find a tender spot, you're just kind of going to sit on that spot and just let the weight of your body break up the tissue around wherever you're feeling that sensitive spot. So you can just sit there, or you can take like a baby roll back and forth on the area to help break up that tissue. And then find your hip joint on the other side and circle that with the ball. Just going all around it, staying in a spot if you feel a tender spot. This is something that people forget to do, I think, and it can really cause hip pain if you have a lot of scar tissue built up, where the fascia is just kind of created a jagged, uneven pattern around the hips. So this just helps break that up. So you can do this for a few minutes a day. And you can pause the video and take longer time there if you want. But from here, we'll come down to our backs. When you're ready, cross the left ankle over the right, and you'll reach through your legs, grab the back of that right thigh, pull it toward your chest. So we're going to take a supine pigeon, or they call it eye of the needle in yin. And you're keeping that left knees kind of pushing away from you, and you're pulling that right leg toward the chest. You can also grab the outside of that right shin if that's easier for you. Tell yourself to relax in the hips. You can take a gentle sway side to side. I always tell everyone this is a great stretch to do every single day. You can do this up against the wall too if you want, by placing that right foot up against the wall. And it's just good for so many things. If you do a lot of sitting, standing, walking, running, it's good for all. So normally we hold these yin stretches for about 3 to 5 minutes for each one, but for today we're not going to be holding them quite as long because I wanted to make a shorter video that's a little bit doable, a little bit more doable for your day. All right, from here, uncross the feet, walk the feet mat distance apart, and just windshield wiper the knees side to side. And then we'll take this on the other side, cross the right ankle over the left thigh, reach through the legs, grab the back of that left thigh and pull it toward your chest. You can take a gentle sway slowly side to side and find the best spot for you and stay there. Relax the hip muscles, soften your jaw, and take some breaths, just breathing straight into your hips. Imagine the breath going to that area and relieving any tension. So as we practice yin yoga, you want to make sure to come into a shape that you think you can hold for a long period of time. So looking for a mild sensation in the targeted area. Here we're targeting the outer hip on the right. And then once you find your shape that you can hold, you relax the muscles in the targeted area. So tell yourself to relax around the hips. Once you relax, then you try to become still in the pose. So, of course, if your edge changes, if it becomes like too much sensation or not enough sensation, then you would move your body. Otherwise, try to resist the impulses and the urges to move unless you have pain or loss of sensation. All right, from here, unwind your feet. Plant your feet to the mat, windshield wiper the knees slowly side to side. In yin yoga, we do less. Less is more. So moving slower, doing less postures, and always entering and exiting nice and slow. From here, you're going to flip over to your belly and take Sphinx pose. Now, if you are like me and you have spondylolisthesis, a fun word to say, basically I have a vertebrae in my lumbar spine poking forward. A blanket underneath your pelvis would feel good in this pose. Or if you have tender hip bones on the ground, then it might feel good to have a blanket under them. So you're going to take your elbows out in front, somewhat underneath the shoulders. Your hands can be out in front or they can be clasped together. So this is Sphinx pose, and you're threading your chest through, relaxing your lower back, relaxing your legs. You can even take your feet wide or your feet together. You can take a few neck stretches here just to add a little extra icing on the cake. Just dropping one ear to one shoulder and then switching to the other side. You can add on to this if you want. If this feels good to you, you can stay here, or you can straighten the arms coming into seal pose and walk the hands closer to the body. Sometimes this helps sciatic pain disappear even more. Or you can try hiking up the right knee out to the side and kind of flexing that foot a little bit, kicking that foot out, coming into a half frog. And we'll be here for 10 breaths, and then we'll switch to the other side. And usually when coming up into this posture, it helps take pressure off of that sciatic nerve, so it can help relieve that tingling, aching feeling that you may get down the legs. Or usually it's one leg, sometimes it's both legs. Try to relax in the lower back, the glutes, hamstrings. And just let your mind wander and drift. Giving yourself permission to watch your thoughts and images that pop up in the mind. Just noticing them arising and falling away. And from here, we'll straighten that right leg down the mat and take the left knee out to the side if you chose to do this variation. If this is too much on your lower back, you can take your elbows out in front a little bit more and lower the belly closer to the ground. And then you can straighten that left leg down the mat. And we'll press up, bringing your hands underneath your shoulders. Press up to tabletop. We'll do a few rounds of cat-cow. So inhale, drop your belly, lift your chin, pull your shoulder blades together on your back. Exhale, round the spine, hug the belly in, tuck the chin of the chest, and pull the shoulder blades apart. Inhale for cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. All right, and then we'll come back down to our back. From here, you will need your strap. And we will take flamenco. So you'll take your right foot, the ball of the right foot. You'll take the ball of the right foot into the strap, and you can keep that left knee bent. You can keep that left knee bent and clasp the strap. You'll take your hands up close to your foot, wrap the strap around the palm, leaving the fingers out of the strap, and then you'll slowly lower the arms down to the ground so the shoulders are relaxed and the arms are just dangling there. So here we're stretching out our hamstrings. They can tend to get tight too. And we're also giving our sciatic nerve like this little nerve glide. So you can bend your knee, that right knee, to a 90-degree angle or so, and then straighten the leg. You want to have a straight leg. So if that means your leg is out here, further away from your face, then you can like slowly bring it in closer to your face as you practice. Okay? And so you bend the knee and then straighten the leg, bend the knee, straighten the leg. You can keep that left leg down the mat, or you can bend it and keep it flat on the ground. Bend And straighten, and you can point the toe when you get a straight leg. Then re-bend the foot, bend the knee, and then come back up, heel to the sky, toes to the sky. And reflex the foot, bend the knee, and then heel up, toes up. Come back down. We'll do this a couple more times. And if you don't have a strap at home, you could really do this without a strap, just holding on to the back of your thigh. I feel like the strap just kind of aids in that. Okay. And then we're going to take the strap, put both straps into the right hand, bend the right knee, and take the knee out to the right a little bit. So you're doing a half happy baby. Again, you can keep that left leg bent, or you can straighten it down the mat. And just notice how that feels. You're lowering the arm to the ground so you can relax that arm. You're kind of kicking into the strap a little bit as you're pulling down. And just breathe here. Notice the sensations you're feeling. Notice the different levels of sensation arising and falling away. Remember to keep a close eye, paying attention to how you feel in the pose, making sure that sensation is a mild or moderate sensation. If it's too much, you need to come out of the pose a little bit, back off, come back in when you're ready. Tell yourself to relax the inner thighs, the outer hips. And then you'll slowly bring that knee back to center, give it a hug into your chest, and then we'll, actually I want to get into this twist a little bit differently. You can remove the strap for a moment, give the other knee a hug into your chest. Holding onto your knees, roll over to your left side. Now here's where you can, once you're on your left side body, you can hook that strap around the ball of the foot. Then kick that heel out to the side, straightening that right leg. That might be enough sensation for you on that outer right leg. So now we're getting into the IT band a little bit. And then you can open the chest up to the sky, take your right arm behind you any amount, reaching that right shoulder to the ground. Maybe it touches, maybe it doesn't. So if you're not quite feeling enough sensation on the outer side seam of this leg, you can try flexing the foot or turning the foot in the strap to one side or the other, or you can try pulling that right hip back toward the mat while you're kicking the heel the opposite direction. And just be open to anything that arises within your experience. Accepting everything that comes up with love and kindness toward yourself and toward others. Relax your abdomen and your shoulders. If you're able to grab onto your foot, you could also just hold onto your foot and not the strap. And bring that right arm back across your body over to the left where you started. Restack your knees, and then holding onto your knees, you'll roll back over to your back. Plant the feet to the mat, and you'll take that left ball of the left foot into the strap for flamenco on the other side. So you can wrap the strap around your palms, leave your fingers out. And then from here, we'll bend the leg, bend the knee, and then straighten the leg. Bend the knee, straighten the leg. This is more of a yang movement, obviously, because you're moving more, but it's like a little nerve glide. So it just helps calm the nerves, the sciatic nerve. Okay, and then we can add the toe pointing to the sky, then flex the foot, bend the knee. Straighten the leg, straighten the toes, bend the foot, bend the knee. Let's do this a few more times. It's good to do this on both sides, even if you only have one side that is having the issue. Also, I recommend doing some core work to help protect the back if you're having this sciatic nerve issue, because it could be that you have a herniated disc or bulging disc, and by strengthening the muscles around the spine, that will just make things feel a little bit better in your back. All right, once you have done an equal amount, you'll put both straps in that left hand, bend the left knee, and take the knee out to the left for a half happy baby. Keeping the right leg bent, or you can straighten the leg down the mat. Looking for that mild sensation, relax the inner thighs, the outer hips. And your foot is flat, so almost like you're holding up the ceiling with it. Your knee is coming out to the side, any amount, but hopefully kind of wide. And then you'll bring that leg back to center. Give it a hug into your chest. And hug the other knee in. And this time, you'll roll over to the right side, holding onto your knees. And you'll hook the strap on that ball of the left foot. And then you'll straighten that leg out to the left, or out to the right, sorry. Just straighten the left leg, flex the foot, and then you can slowly open the chest up to the sky. And open that left arm out behind you. Make sure you're feeling a sensation in the outer hip here and the outer side seam of the leg on the left. And then take that left arm back across the body, over to the right. Rebend your knees, restack them, remove the strap, and then roll to your back. Give your knees a final hug. You can rock side to side, massaging your back. And then extend your legs down your mat. If you want to take pentacle, take your feet wide, your arms wide overhead, and take 3 long, slow breaths, just fully relaxing here. And please stay in this pose for at least 5 minutes if you can. Allow your body to sit and marinate in all of that lovely work that you just did to make it feel better. Hope you feel better. I hope your sciatica pain goes away. I hope to see you next time. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.